All right, welcome to Unstuck with Hydroair Wellness Lab, the podcast where real people share the real stories behind getting their lives, their bodies, and their mindsets back on track. I'm your host, Brett Hunt, and in every episode, we dive into powerful conversations with athletes, weekend warriors, health and wellness professionals, and everyday people who refuse to settle. These are the breakthroughs, the setbacks, the mindset shifts, the moments that get us unstuck. Today's a first for the podcast. I've got two guests on today. I'm super excited for it. The two guests today, we have Connell and Ashely Anderson. We're going to be diving into their stories and the challenges that they've faced, how they've grown through those moments, and what it actually takes to keep moving forward when things aren't easy. And Ashely, welcome to the show. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being on. I appreciate it. So before we dive into all this stuff, we just finished our little relax and restore thing over at our facility. So what are your guys' overall impressions of Hydroair Wellness Lab? What did you like? What was your favorite thing that you experienced? Was there something you didn't like? What was the overall experience over there like?
I was super impressed, actually. I didn't really know what to expect, and everything that we did, I felt like I got something out of it, and I would come every day.
That's awesome. Love to hear it. What do you think, Ashley?
Yeah, same. And things that I felt like normally would be difficult, like running, not a runner, but it made it a lot easier.
Great.
So,
Love to hear it. What was your favorite part? If you had to pick one thing, you're like, that's what I'll come back and do if I just have 30 minutes or whatever. That's the thing I want to do.
The water massage, or is that what it was called?
yeah,
Yeah.
chair.
The-
No, water chair?
massage
I
chair.
love that.
Mhm.
All right. Awesome. We'll have to get you all one in one of your homes or something.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourselves. Tell us, where you're from, what you guys do, how you met, all that good stuff. Introduce yourselves for us.
Well, I'm Ashely Anderson, and I'm originally from Louisiana, but I live in Mississippi now. And I'm a mom to 3 kids and married. And I was a former teacher, but I'm now a stay-at-home mom. So
What grade?
I taught middle school and high school English.
You're a trooper.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you? What have you done?
I live in New Mexico now. I grew up in Colorado. I'm a mom of 4 and married and own multiple businesses. Passionate about health and wellness and just like helping women find simple solutions to live a healthier lifestyle. And I feel like when your health is aligned and on track, then you can perform the way you want to perform in all areas.
That's awesome. That's great. And how did you guys meet? Have you guys been best friends since childhood? I don't think so, since
No,
Ashley grew up in Louisiana and you
Yeah.
in New Mexico. So how did you guys meet?
no, we actually met through Make Wellness. We're business partners there. And I run mentorship groups and help women build their businesses and just I'm passionate about building communities, especially as moms. I feel like it's really easy to just get lost in that, and it's not a bad thing. But I do feel like we need our friends and we need hobbies and community and support. And so that's one thing that we are passionate about building. And so we connect on
Yeah.
social media and yeah,
Awesome. Ashley, you
Been
want
friends ever since.
day one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Awesome. So, all right. Well, tell us a little bit about Make Wellness. What is Make Wellness? What drove you guys to be a part of Make Wellness? What is it?
I think I'll say what drove me there is my own health issues and feeling stuck. I have muscular dystrophy, and then also just a lot of what you probably would consider like chronic fatigue. And so I was looking for something that was natural, that could support what I was already doing, and not more, like not telling me to do more physically, which I was already walking and doing some light exercise, but where I could get results without having to add something that felt like just another thing,
Sure.
So um, that's how I got started with Make. And I would say that that's what the products do. They supplement what you're already doing to help improve your health and your performance.
Awesome.
Same. I was looking for. I grew up an athlete. I have been active, you know, as an adult, and I got really sick a few years ago and was just like searching for more answers. And at that time, I found this new company launching like bioactive precision peptides. And so peptides are really big in the health and wellness industry right now. But there's a difference between synthetic and an all natural peptide. And that's kind of what I was looking for, more of a natural route. And so I dove deep into the science and just how they're formulated. And I was like, let's give it a go. And I have personally, like both of us have felt and seen amazing results. And we've been able to help a lot of people go the more natural route with these peptides.
That's great. That's awesome. So how long have you guys been with Make Wellness?
So 17 months.
It's been a year for me.
Wow. That's
So
awesome.
I helped launch the company. And
Wow.
so yeah.
Very cool. So with that, since you both have been in it for quite a bit of time, what is wellness to you guys? How would you define wellness?
Um, being able to do life, like as a mom,
Mhm.
as a wife, just being able to live my life the way that I feel like I want to. The energy, um, health, stamina, all of that. Just being able to overall.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would sing. And a lot of to me it's I used to think it was like the way I looked or what the scale said, and now it's like my energy during the day. How do
How
I
I
sleep
feel.
at night? Yeah. How do I wake up? Like I wake up ready to hit the ground running, not like crawling out of bed, forcing it's
Yeah.
just it's different. And so um to me, yeah, it's more about how I feel and how I can perform versus like I think a lot of things that I used to like measure was like weight, pants sizes, like those
Mhm.
types of things, how I looked. And now it's all about like how I feel.
I like that. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think it goes more deep into what does every day look like for everybody, and how are you feeling? How are you recovering? How is it after a long day when it's been back to back things or
Yeah.
really hard workouts? I think wellness and then also incorporates into the mental side of things, and so that's awesome. And so, how has Make Wellness like taking your guys' definition of wellness and then kind of helped it become the product that it is now, where it's helping in all different aspects of people's lives?
I think the peptides help kind of heal on an internal level. And so that paired with, um, like the services that you guys provide, like that external therapy, and it's just like the full circle. I do think a lot of, a lot of people or it's easy like the world kind of tells us like just do this or do that, but all of us are so different and each of us need like that internal healing. Like I deal with something different than she deals with than you deal with, and so these peptides work with our bodies on a cellular level, and so they're going to help you with what you need and me with what I need. And so once you can kind of fill those gaps or those holes in your system and heal those parts that need to be healed, then you're able to like, actually perform, like, your body's performing differently. Yeah.
Awesome. So what I'm gonna ask Ashley this. Ashley, what is a myth in the wellness world that you've seen that so many people might like they hyperfixate on that and you look at it and you're like, that really isn't that big of an issue. Like what's a wellness myth out there that you want to just
Mm.
debunk? Like that's not true. Or it doesn't matter.
Right. Where it has to be going hard every day, nonstop to get results. Um, Maybe that worked, when
Mhm.
we were 20 or 25, but as you're like approaching 40, and you're getting older, not that we're old, but like the
Sure.
older we get, I just think that that actually does the opposite
Mhm.
for us, and so I think as long as you're consistent, whatever that means for you, whether it's 3 days a week or, you're walking or, whatever that is, as long as you're being consistent in that, then I think that's great. I mean, I don't think it has to be like weights every day or running, you know, 5 to 10 miles to get results.
I like that. What about you? Is there a wellness myth out there that you just like absolutely can't stand?
I was thinking, like, it just everything has to be extreme. Like, if you want to get results, you have to go hard. Whether it's like in your nutrition or in your like extra, workouts or you know, it's just it doesn't have to be as hard as I think we make it out to be.
Mhm.
Um, and I will definitely say though, you've got to have the right tools. And these peptides have just one of the things we have been in this industry a long time prior to Make Wellness, and I've worked with a lot of women over the years who didn't have the energy to exercise, and so it was like they couldn't get themselves there because they were
You're defeated before you even start.
exactly. So it's like they couldn't
Like I'm too
exercise.
tired to get up earlier or to do this after work. Like this is people's real lives. It's not like, people have all day to get things done. I mean, moms are trying to fit in whatever they're doing to a schedule that's already full.
Mm.
So these peptides are helping people have more energy, start, aiding in weight loss and those types of things, sleeping better. And so then people are feeling better, then they're able to start walking or drinking warm water or just feeling better mentally so that they can take the next step. And I think a lot of times, like, we've just been told, like, just go hard and you'll get, and it's like, it's defeating. And that's hard for people to just like feel defeated day after day after day. And I do feel like these peptides are supporting people to then be able to take that next step and feel better and start.
That's awesome. I love that. So both of you kind of mentioned that you dealt with different health issues, different things in your past where, that type of this myth has been something that's maybe you've experienced, right? So when you discovered these peptides and when you discover like, hey, everyone's kind of different, right? That thing I like to think about is there's not one size fits all
Yeah.
for everybody. You have to kind of meet people where they're at. As nice as it sounds like when people say, oh, you just got to push harder, you just got to keep going,
Yeah.
push through those hard days and just, yeah, something hurts, well, just keep going,
Yeah.
But when playing football, if you hurt this or that, or rub some dirt on it, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that might have worked like Ashley said when we were younger, but as we get older, our bodies kind of catches up with us and we kind of have to, give our bodies what they need, right? So is that something that was hard for you guys to learn? Like when you're going through those things, you're like, well, I want to keep going and my body's telling me no. And how did you deal with that? And how did you come to accept that, I have to do things a little different now?
So that was one thing I've taught, like through wellness and like accountability groups for over a decade. And so one of the things that I taught women early on was just like trying to be consistent and do something, not necessarily intense, but maybe it's get up and walk around the block or get up and like take a shower or read a book or like just like do something. For me, after I was recovering from surgery, I would go sit in the sun and I learned just a lot about like certain things that I needed to do every day. And it wasn't necessarily intense, but it was like get up and spend some time in the sun and pray and study. And that was like my morning. Um, and that like filled my cup. And some days that's all I was doing, post surgery, like as you're recovering, that's all I could do. But then I learned like I can get up and I could walk around the block. And then it was like, okay, next week, like I'm doing 2 laps around the block or, and so it was just learning how to just do a little bit every day and not super intense, but just like staying consistent and showing up for what made me feel good and not necessarily holding myself to someone else's standard because they weren't living the life that I was living. And so I think just being really honest with ourselves and like meeting ourselves where we're at, but also holding ourselves accountable. There is like a fine line between letting yourself completely off the hook
Mm-hmm.
and like, okay, you can go
Listen
walk
to your body.
Yeah. Like go walk around the block or just shower today. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist type A. I like a plan. So
Yes, you does.
yeah. So when I prior to being at Make Wellness, like we were, with a fitness company, and so it was all very extreme.
Mhm.
It was, this is how many days you're gonna work out, and these are the days you're doing it, and there just wasn't a lot of room for, if you don't feel good today,
Yeah.
what can you do? And so I completely fell off that bandwagon. Yeah, I mean, it was just like I can't keep up, and so I think, yeah, just realizing that it doesn't have to be so extreme, that you can listen to your body, and
All or nothing.
yeah, it's not an all or nothing.
I like that. Yeah. I've been learning more so this year just how much more goes into wellness or things for your body that isn't necessarily lifting weights, running, and all that stuff, but more kind of on the mental side, giving yourself breaks and sunshine. And then my wife will tell me, she'll hear this and be like, I tell him to get sunshine all the time. He doesn't get enough sunshine.
Yeah.
But no, that's something like she's like, you need to be out in the sun more. You need
Yeah.
to do this more. And
What you vitamin D?
yeah,
Yeah.
and she's like, you'll see more results as you give your body more of what it needs,
Yeah.
right? Instead of the traditional, well, just work out more and do this
Yeah.
more. And while that's important, again, like you're just saying, you have to meet yourself where you're at and you have to give your body what it needs.
Absolutely. I will say that since starting on the peptides, and ever since I got sick about 3 years ago, and so it's taken me some time to recover, and like I lost a lot of muscle and
Mhm.
stamina, and so my workouts look very different now than they did 5 years ago. I am not working out as intensely as I was. I used to think like if I was not dripping in sweat and completely wrecked at
Mhm.
the end of my workout, then it wasn't like a successful workout, and
Mhm.
if I wasn't struggling to walk, I like sit down, like then I didn't do enough. Um, but I will say that like with the help of the peptides, like I feel like I work out. I work out 5 or 6 days a week. Some days it's just walking, some days it's like strength training, yoga, Pilates, different things. But I feel like my body recovers better, I sleep better, and I just feel like, but I also look very different. Like from when I started the peptides, my weight has stayed the same, but my inflammation is down, like just my body composition has changed. Um, but I feel I'm like I like where I'm at right now, like as far as the way that my workouts go and just the way that I feel like I don't have to just completely wreck myself to get results. Like it used to be like you have to go run until your legs fall off, it's to count the run kind of a thing. And now I can do certain things and I just feel strong and good. And I love that. It feels really good.
Like that. So, what's something that you would tell someone, as you guys mentioned, hey, gotta start taking baby steps, even if it's just as simple as getting up and walking around for a little bit. So what's something that you would suggest that worked for you, maybe not might not work for everybody, but what would you suggest to someone as something that they could just start doing just to, kind of get the ball rolling again if they've been, stuck for a little bit of time?
Just pick one thing. Don't try to do everything. So whatever the one thing is, like if it's, hey, today I'm just going to drink 100 ounces of water, like, and do that, because I think the more you're like, okay, well, so I'm going to drink 100 ounces of water, and I did it today,
Mhm.
or I said I was going to go for a 10-minute walk, and I did it. I think you start building that trust within yourself that, okay, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and that mentally will get you in a better place to keep going.
I think if you try to do too much, you're like, yeah, see, I told you it was hard. You couldn't do it. Because there's days where I
Nobody can
can't do it all. Yeah. Like there's days when I'm like, well, I should have drank more water today, or oh, I didn't get as many steps as I wanted to, or whatever. But I did this thing really well today. And then tomorrow I do this thing. And it's just like, and it compounds over time.
Mhm.
But you start also, I think, seeing it as like, well, I tried my best today.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, I failed today. Like
Yeah.
your mindset starts to switch around. I actually did try today, or I did this and this and this. And then it starts to also just become like a habit. And
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
start building that. And like, oh, now I just drink that much every day. Or,
yeah.
now I know a couple days a week I'm going to go for a walk or have a walking pad. So I'm going to do that inside because it's too hot or it's too, I
Yeah. No, I like
find
that.
ways around it.
That's awesome. So you guys have been in with Make Wellness for a little bit, and you guys obviously use their product. You like the product, you trust the product, and all that. Was there a time when you were first starting out where you're taking it and you're like, man, is this really working? I've read all these things about peptides, and is this really doing what it's saying it's doing? Like, and if there was that time, how did you, you know, get through that time, or what helped you get through that?
I never met that because, like, from the first time, like, my biggest thing was napping,
Okay.
which I still love a good nap, but like, there are days when I don't need to nap, like,
Yeah.
kids and like all the things. And so, like, if you're having to nap every single afternoon to function and you're getting regular sleep, like, you had a sleep study, like everything's good, you're otherwise healthy and you're still needing to nap every afternoon, like something's off. And so from the first time I tried the energized peptide, I knew. I was like, this works.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like a energy drink kind
Mhm.
of feeling, it was just like steady energy where I felt like I can do today. So no, I didn't like, I know that one's working. So I feel like all of the others that maybe you don't get that instant,
Mhm.
feel, that I feel like it's also working.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I will say, like, there's a couple of the ones that, like, I love our Fit Peptide, which is, it helps with like recovery, muscle mass, bone density, inflammation. Probably our most popular one.
Yeah.
And that I felt from like day one. Like the slowerly, like the energy from that is just it again, it's not like a spike and a crash like an energy drink or a coffee or something that I think a lot of people go to for energy. But it's just this steady energy. But then I look back at pictures from 16 months ago and I see like my muscle definition or like less inflammation in my body and it's very noticeable. And so it's like there's that instant like energy and that kind of feeling, but then consistency, like over time using them consistently, there's going to be other results that you're going to see. And so you kind of got to play the long-term game. And in my mind, I'm like, if I'm going to drink something with technology the way that it is today, I'm like, I'm going to drink something that's going to like benefit my body, not wreck my adrenals, mess with cortisol, those types of things that a lot of people are dealing with, that energy drinks and the stuff that a lot of us, we don't even know it's doing harm on a deeper level.
So elaborate on that. Like, what are things that we use as everyday people that maybe we don't know, or is like, or maybe we do know and we just ignore it?
Yeah.
What would you say those things are?
I think it's more of that, right?
Yeah, honestly, a lot of energy drinks. I think that's the most popular one that people, and coffee and sodas. And, I think, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love a Coke. I love me a good Coke, but I used to drink like 40 ounces of a Coke every afternoon. And then I would like crash at 5 p.m. And then I'm like, and that's like so much sugar. I'm like, I'm not doing zeros. Like I'm doing like regular Coke,
Yeah.
So just things like that, but that compounds over time. And I think that's the biggest thing is like we are what we repeatedly do. And so the compound effect is real. And so for me, I try to compound my healthier habits, smarter, like energy swaps, like the peptides versus, and then I used to drink a lot of Alani. I love like pre-workout. But I tried to like, as I like wasn't getting results or I was finding like things were off. And as I dive deeper into the science, like, I'm like, oh, well, that's actually not helping my body. Like, and so for example, like the energized peptide she was talking about helps your body naturally produce ATP, which is energy. And so it's just the science behind it that honestly, it's kind of not it's just not even, it's hard for people to comprehend because right now it's like we're used to like an energy drink or a soda with tons of cream and, sugars and all the fun stuff, or a coffee with all the stuff in it. And then we're wondering why we're like bits all day long. Um, and so then something like this that's science backed is just hard to comprehend because that we're just not used to it as a society. So
We're not used to it. It's not as readily available.
yeah,
You can't walk into Circle K and go get yourself
exactly.
a fuller pop of
Peptide. Yeah, exactly. No. So, and we really are a new brand new in the grand scheme of things, we're a baby company still. But we've had incredible success. We just launched in Canada. And so many people are just seeing, so it's becoming more and more pretty soon. Yeah. We'll be in the Circle K's.
There you go.
So
That's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so now talking a little bit more about Make Wellness and you two specifically. So you guys are business partners. You guys work together.
Yeah.
2 questions. What do you guys do together?
Okay.
And what makes you guys effective working together? Like, why do you two choose to be business partners together?
We do a lot of things together. We run a lot of the stuff that I do. I love business. Like I went to school for business management, hotel management. Like I saw a great opportunity with Make Wellness. And so for me, from like a business perspective, I was like, absolutely 100%. And then obviously with my health issues and like, passion for health and wellness, it kind of just like all aligned. But then I work with people that bring other, like very type A, very organized. She has great ideas. And so like we all bring something to the table and we work with, there's a group of us that work together. And so, we all bring something to the table and then like I help her with things that she needs help with. She helps me. And so just collectively we're able to help more people. And I think, and it's just fun. I don't know. We're just fun.
Being friends.
Yeah. So and that honestly, like for me, like this is fun. This is
Yeah.
work right now,
Yeah.
but we're getting to hang out for the weekend and we've got a branding photo shoot this weekend. We've got some different workshops and trainings that we're leading and we've got to do this tonight. Like the work is fun. And so we're good for her.
I like it.
And I think moms need more friends. I mean, we get which, I'm going to stay at home, love my kids. It's my number one job. But we can get lost in that sometimes and forget that friendship is important too. And so this has been good in that area.
That's awesome. Do you guys actually get work done? I mean, I just watched you guys
Yes.
over at Hydro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Facility. I was like, I don't know if they actually get any work. No, just kidding. Those are the best types.
We
of
try
parts.
again.
But we also have fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We normally are like crying by the end of work, like laughing
Laughing
so hard.
Yeah.
That's
It's
when you
fun.
know you got a good one, right? You
Yeah.
can have fun and joke around and all that, but also get the stuff done that needs to get done. So what have you guys learned together or learned about each other? Like what's something that Ashely has taught you, Anna? What's something that Anna's taught you, Ashely, since working together?
She's super confident. And I need work in that area. So yeah, I like that. And she's just taught me sometimes, you got to do it before you feel ready. And the confidence comes after you do it.
That's awesome.
And Ashely is so nice. And I love that. She's taught me how to be very nice. No, but honestly, she's so organized and just gets things done. And sometimes like I'm in La La Land or I have a lot of ideas. And so I'm like here, here, and here. And so we balance each other out in different ways.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, you guys are a lot of fun. I really enjoyed getting to know you guys a little bit tonight and all that. All right. So how important is it now with what all that you guys are doing? I mean, you guys are doing a lot of stuff. How important is it for you guys to have some sort of like a wellness routine that you do? Some things that are kind of like non-negotiable? Are there some things that you're like, I have to do this every day, just even if it's something small? Like, how important is it for you guys to have some sort of a routine?
Well, I am using my peptides every single day.
There you go.
That's for sure what I'm doing, because if I'm not doing that, then I feel like I can't get everything else done. Um, so me feeling best in that way is number one. And then, yeah, I have either walking or doing some kind of light weights at home. It's not anything fancy. And I think that's like, it can be really simple and it can be really effective. And if you've got support products that are helping you, I think the results will be there if you're consistent, whatever that looks like for you.
Do you feel a difference if you don't do that for whatever reason on a day? Like, say if it's one day was crazy and you didn't get to whatever it was, like, is there a difference that you feel? Like,
If I don't take the peptides, yes.
mhm,
If I don't walk, no. I mean, mentally, I'm like, yeah,
mm,
I probably, I'm trying to move away from the what I should do,
mm,
right? More just like I want to. I feel better when I do.
mm,
And try to like not shoot myself into,
sure.
I think it's just a totally different mentality. And I'm trying to move away from the type A perfection. So it's like, okay, I didn't walk today or I didn't get a workout in today. So tomorrow I will, like, because I feel better about me whenever I do it.
That's right.
And I promised myself I was going to do that. So I'm going to.
That's awesome. Yeah. My wife, she's very much that way too. And so she likes to say now that she's not a perfectionist.
Yeah.
She's a recovering
Yeah. I mean,
perfectionist.
that's
So
me.
that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I am I always say like an object in motion stays in motion. So for me, I try to do a little bit of something every day just because I do feel like that keeps me going tomorrow. I do not skip my peptides. I like get migraines really easily. Like I have some different health issues that I will forever deal with. And so I have found things that help me feel good and I refuse to miss a day. Like I won't because my body feels so good. And like I said, like I sleep better, I wake up better. And for me, like as a mom of four, like I have to wake up feeling good because we hit the ground running early at our house. And so I'm a big fan of like I don't skip a day. Those are my non-negotiables. Like peptides for sure. And then
You're great working out every day.
yeah, I feel better. And
It's better
again,
than me.
like
I mean,
not
I'm
actually
usually
much
doing something, but I mean, she's like,
I just kick off my day and I have a lot to do.
Mhm.
Like running multiple businesses and we're involved in our church and we have some extra things and so I don't have time to I gotta start my energy early. So
So that's great. So on that topic of busyness, right, both of you guys are busy. Both of you guys are, doing a lot of things with Make Wellness. You have other things going on. You guys are moms. So how do you balance everything that guys need to do every day? You know, what helps you stay balanced?
some days it's not balanced.
I was gonna say
That's the
honestly,
truth.
the
I mean,
learning that it's never balanced. And some weeks you're getting more to your kids and some weeks your kids don't get lunch. No, but like some weeks, some things got to give sometimes, and understanding that that is okay. And for me, like sometimes I'm like, hey, mom's working right now, or we're away from our families this weekend for a business trip, and like, I mean, it's a fun business trip, but something's got to give. But I think recognizing that, like, I think not focusing so much or worrying so much about keeping it like balanced because then you're I don't know.
Yeah, and there's
focusing on
different
wrong-
seasons too,
Yeah.
so it's gonna look different. Like, I mean, my kids are older than her kids, and so what balance looks like for me might be different than what it looks like for her. She runs multiple businesses. I do not, so just it's gonna look different for everybody. And I think just finding what works and what you can be consistent with, whatever you can stick with.
Yeah.
That's the best plan for you. It's what you can stick with and be consistent with.
That's awesome. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think, you know, kids, yeah, I think they look at that and that's a good example for them to see because life is very chaotic. Life throws a lot of different things at you. So if they see us as their parents dealing with that chaos and just, doing our best to be everything that they need, but also, understanding like in order for me to be everything that I need them to be, I have to do this, this, and this as well. And if they see that, then it also becomes important for them to then support you in that thing. I mean, for me, I work out every morning at around 5 o'clock. That's what works for me, and my kids know that, and so they'll wake up and they'll come see me in the garage and just be like, "Hey, Dad," and then just keep walking on and doing their own thing. Or, "Hey, can I do this or can I do that?" And if I don't, for whatever reason, get up that day and work out,
They call me.
then they're calling me out. They're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Dad, why aren't you in the garage right now? What are you doing?"
Like, oh man.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Dad.
Well, because they do what we they do what we do. They don't
Yeah.
do what we say, and
Sure.
so it's like they, so yeah.
I love that. All right. So I got one more question for you, and then we're going to also do a first on the podcast too. I'm going to try some of y'all's product, which I'm really
Awesome.
excited for. But before we do that, the title of the podcast is Unstuck. And we all are stuck. We all have something in our life that is or we dealt with something in our life that has made us feel stuck. Whether that's spiritually, financially, physically, we can be stuck in so many different ways. So, what would you tell someone that feels stuck in their life in any one of those aspects and just that would help them maybe begin the process of becoming unstuck?
Surround yourself with people who are positive, whether that's spiritually or um, just mindset, um, and not isolate yourself.
That's like spot on. I mean, and with surround yourself with people that are going where you want to
Yeah.
go. Like they
Yeah.
will take you, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not quite there, but they are, go be a part of that group. Go, like you will build confidence, you will find like a newfound excitement and fire, whatever it is, whatever you're looking for. And I also think that like don't talk yourself out of it. Like if you want to go there, if you feel a tug on your heart to do something, like go do it. I know I felt that coming to Make Wellness, and I was honestly like really nervous about it. Just like stepping into leadership at a new company with new people, and really, I mean, we were launching a company, so we didn't really know, and um, but it was the best thing for me. I kind of did feel I was in a season of just kind of capped out in leadership, and I was kind of like I could just do everything I was doing on autopilot, and stepping into this like new role and this whole new realm, it's like given me this newfound energy and excitement to lead and continue to grow. And I think that that's where we actually feel our best is when we're not on autopilot. Like get uncomfortable, and if you're sitting comfortably, then you're probably gonna feel a little stuck.
But awesome. Thank you. That was great advice. All right. We got this stuff. So tell me about
Okay.
these little pouches here that we got
Okay.
here and what are we doing?
Okay, well, we'll do the fit. This is like probably our most popular.
Okay.
This is the one that helps with, you'll probably want to drink a little bit of your water
Okay.
out just because
Yeah.
the powder will come up. But this one helps with recovery, muscles, bone density, inflammation. This is the pineapple coconut. It is so good. So this
Yes.
one's caffeine free. There is, oh yeah, perfect. So
Making a mess. That's cool. That smells good too.
yeah. So this one's caffeine free. So I normally drink this one at night. We have an orange flavor that has 100 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah.
It's a slow release, all natural caffeine. And so I drink that in the mornings, kind of. I used to do like a pre-workout. But I drink the orange in the morning and then I do the pineapple at night. My daughter has scoliosis and a few other things. And this is like she drinks this every night after soccer. And feel like so that's one thing that I like about it is that like there's no tacky kids to have it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like a summer vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's this called again?
Yeah. So that's the fit. That's the
It's the Fit.
pineapple coconut.
Okay.
So this is our electrolyte mix. This is the tropical. You can try this later. The neat thing about our products is that they're formulated with AI. And so like in our hydrated, the different minerals, sometimes you get like an electrolyte mix that's like really salty or really
Mhm.
sugary, right? Like you have, and this is like the exact amount that your body needs to absorb those minerals in the right way to be the most effective. So I like wanna pick your brain tomorrow. Like drink this during your workout or something in the
Okay.
morning, and I wanna know what you think tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm down. See, this is so funny, and my wife's gonna laugh at this too. So I am not a pineapple fan. I don't like. I no, but this is so good.
Yeah.
Like I'm honestly drinking this. I'm like, wow. If
And tell me
only
how smooth it is
it's waste mint.
because
It's not grainy.
I'm
No.
picky about mixes because, you know, there's some that are
Yeah.
really hard to mix. Like you shook that for how long?
Not very long at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things like with creatine that drives me crazy with creatine.
Yeah.
Like when it gets all chalky and so I was like,
Mhm.
nah, it's driving me because yeah, this was I probably shook it maybe 5 times, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super smooth and honestly, like you said pineapple, I was like, oh okay, like pineapple. But it's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's way good.
And on our website, like we have a list of ingredients like we will never use. And so we're like
What are some of those?
well, like sugars. There's a lot of like, you know, everything in here, there's sugars, dyes, things like that
Mhm.
that we don't put and we will never put in any of our products. So a lot of natural flavors, natural colors, like those types of things. And sometimes when you get like a natural product, you're like, oh yeah, this tastes like dirt. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
our products
It's
are not
natural.
like that. Yeah, that's natural.
That's
But
awesome.
not with our and that's one thing that we really pride ourselves on. It's like quality, taste, you know, and all of it.
So were you guys in the process like of making these and like taste testing them and all that
We
stuff?
have not. There's some groups, like they'll do some. We're actually getting ready to launch a watermelon hydrated
Ooh.
next week.
Perfect for summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a limited time flavor, so that one will sell out pretty quick. But because we're still so new, like we're kind of testing out flavors and launching them, and then we might bring them back, we might not, you know. But so far, our limited flavors have been even better. Like they're everyone's favorite. So I think the watermelon's going to be good. The pineapple coconut just launched the last one, and it's
Oh wow.
super. Yeah, it's really popular.
I would honestly buy that. Like
Yeah.
no jokes. Like I'm not trying to just say like 'cause I literally just told you guys I don't like pineapple. I
Yeah.
would seriously buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
And the benefits, I'll send you some of the. I mean, like the benefits of Fit
Mhm.
are more than like a whey protein. Like you get more. So
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So where can people find make packets? Is it on website? Is it on Amazon
It's
stores? Where?
on the website right now. And we can talk about this. I was going to get you set up with like a QR code so that if your customers want to buy it, they can buy it directly from you if you want an affiliate link.
Mhm.
Or they can follow us on social media, get it through us. Make Wellness does have a website, wellness.com. But obviously it's best to go to an affiliate. There we like for us, we run a support group. So when you are our customer and you order through us, then we also have like an accountability group with recipes and
Oh, cool.
workouts and like we try to support our clients in more than just like here's a product, but here's some other things that can help you in your health and wellness goals.
It's awesome.
Trying to build a relationship, not just here's a product.
That's awesome. So what are y'all's Instagram handles for everybody if they want to follow you? If they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna get it from Brett and all that. I want to get it from Anna and Ashley. Like, they're way cooler than him.
Mine is hey period. It's Anna Connell.
Mine's just Ashely Mike's out Anderson.
Awesome. Hey, well, yeah, give them a follow, even if you like aren't interested in all that. They post some great stuff. I mean, this honestly is really good. So for what it's worth, everybody, give it a try. Yeah, just give it a try. But thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for taking time out of your guys' busy weekend that you guys have planned with Make Wellness and coming down and seeing the facility and joining me on the podcast. We really appreciate it. Really enjoyed talking to you
Yes.
guys. I think you guys shared a lot of really good advice. And if any of you guys that are listening, watching, this resonated with you, and you think it could resonate with somebody else or help somebody else, please share it. That's really what I want this podcast to be. I just want it to be something that we are sharing with people that are feeling stuck, that are having a hard time. And if there was something in this episode, you're like, man, that would really help somebody, please share it with them. But yeah, thank you guys again for joining me. I'm Brett and Hunt, and this was Unstuck. And remember that progress begins with one step. And we'll see you next time.